Well, I finesse. How the hell you get to younger status? I finesse. How he get a crew to straight up back him? I finesse. How you get so swollen? That shit magic? I finesse. How much was your packer boy was taxing? I finesse. King of my call, I'm king of the talk, I'm king of the camera, you king of forgot.
As someone who usually plays platform fighters, as far as like fighting games go, as someone who generally plays platform fighters mostly, and typically the main fighting game I would say that I play would be Multiverses. For those who are, are new to my channel and everything like that, I play Multiverses, right? I play a lot of it. We all know about the story of how that game and shit is, okay? All right, we ain't talking about Multiverse, but I'm just giving context to the type of person that I am that's making this video. I play a lot of Multiverses. I played a lot of Smash Bros when I was younger and everything like that, and I started to get into fighting games, I want to say around 2022. I tried Guilty Gear Strive. It was cool, but I just couldn't really get into it. I played Street Fighter 6 for a bit. It's fun, but I feel like Street Fighter 6 I feel like, I love aggression. You know what I'm saying? I love to be aggressive and stuff like that. But I feel like Street Fighter 6 has just like reckless aggression to the point where it's not fun. It's like it's too much mix up to where like my brain feels overloaded. It feels too much, right? That pretty much to say it feels too much. And then you got Tekken 8. I wouldn't say it feels as much as Street Fighter, but it feels so fucking weird, and there's so many weird shits that be happening in Tekken that just kind of makes the game not really enjoyable. Hopefully because I do enjoy Tekken 8, but now we have Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Now this is my first time playing a Fatal Fury game. I would say this is my second SNK game, because my first SNK game was King of Fighters 15 when that dropped. I tried it out, I was still relatively new to fighting games, and it was hard. I couldn't really get into it. Cool characters, all the characters in that game was dope. I liked the designs. I just thought each character was unique, and I thought it was cool. The only character I was really familiar with was Terry, and that was because I first knew Terry because of Smash Bros. When he became a DLC character, and then follow along, I got to learn more about, King of Fighters and stuff like that. And now we have Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, and honestly, I was kind of thinking I probably would have felt the same way as King of Fighters. I feel like it would have been a little bit too hard. I felt like it would have been, not really easy to get into, and especially because we don't got a training mode and stuff like that, which I'm not complaining, because I feel like I can start seeing the reason why there's not a training mode, but I'm not going to talk about that. I'm here to talk about my review about how I feel about Fatal Fury. Now, I know that was a very long intro, okay? I'm sorry, but I kind of want to just introduce myself, you know what I'm saying? I want to introduce myself to like how I am. And let me just say, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is a fucking fun, dude. Day one impressions, this game is fun. I honestly didn't think I'll have fun. I didn't think I'd get into it. And it does take quite a bit to learn, as a casual gamer and as someone who is, really getting into fighting games and stuff like that. What I can definitely say is that this game, it's not easy to get into, I feel like people at a higher caliber who really know how to play fighting games, not everybody, but, people who are more familiar with fighting games and stuff like that could probably get into it a lot more easier, especially if they're like used to like playing this franchise. Like they've been playing this franchise like for a while, so they kind of already understanding the kind of basics and stuff of like how the game is and what the character is, but just getting used to the new system mechanics. As far as me, a lot of this stuff is new to me, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, playing traditional fighting games, kind of like Street Fighter and now Fatal Fury, it kind of feels a lot easier for me because I have a fight stick, right? I feel like having I know controller preference is a thing, but I just could not get into games like Street Fighter, King of Fighters, because all I had was an Xbox controller or PS5 controller. But then the moment I start to get a fight stick, the moment I want to pretty much take myself back in time with what controllers that people use to play these games, I understand why. And honestly, it feels good. Now, am I saying for you to get a fight stick just so that you can play this game really good and really grasp with this game? No, because again, controller preference is a thing. I did it personally because I felt like a fight stick was cool, and I felt like if I really want to understand or really have the feel of playing these games for how people used to play it when they go to arcades, let me get an arcade stick. And honestly, well, a fight stick, honestly, it feels amazing. And yeah, so let me talk about the gameplay. The gameplay of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, when you get into matches, right? When like playing in matches, it feels good. I haven't really felt any lag. There'll be a bit of stutters, but it'll just be like a second. But again, it's a beta, so I'm expecting to see some bugs and problems like that. But overall, like the netcode in a match feels really good. Gameplay wise, the game feels really fun. Executing combos is different for every character, but one thing I could definitely say that I feel like that's a basic that I've noticed with a lot of characters, that you could do like standing light punch to crouch light punch, and then you could go into, you know, like a fireball motion and stuff like that. But I also noticed like with each character has like a command input as far as combos go, so you could do those command inputs into like a special and stuff like that, which is something that I've done, because I also noticed when you want to do combos, you can, at least in this game, you pretty much extend combos by doing like an EX special to another EX special to another EX special, the way how you want to do it. Versus like when you do a combo, you do like jab, jab, you do a special, and then you won't cancel to another special. You can either just go into another special, or you just go into a like a normal move or whatever like that. But in this game, it's kind of different. I feel like this game, it's not as easy as other games. I feel like this game, you gotta like really understand these mechanics to really get the feel and used to it. Like, it feels fast, but it feels like the timing of the input feels a bit strict. But the more you get used to it, the more it feels like natural bread and butter, you know? I was playing a lot of matches with different characters, but the main three characters that I've really been playing was Rock, Kane, and Terry, and I'm really fucking with Rock and Kane the most. I really want to get good with Terry, but Terry feels a bit hard, dude. I don't know why. Terry kind of feels a bit difficult, you know. I feel like a character like Terry, who I'll say is probably the most known over a casual fighting game fan base, to who don't really know King of Fighters like that, but or Fatal Fury or SNKs like that, but they know Terry. You know, when you see that character, I would think like he's like a basic character, easy pickup character, and which I think he probably is. But he feels a bit weird in this game to where he doesn't feel as easy. I don't know. It could just be me. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I feel. But I really do want to try to get good with this character. So yeah, because I feel like I could really use some sauce. I know the main videos I have of Fatal Fury is me playing matches with Terry, but I played some matches with Rock and Kane, and I was playing them like I just knew how to play the character. It felt natural. With Terry, I was a bit struggling. I couldn't really get my confirms like that. My punishes, it felt hard. Now that I really got the grasp of how this game feels, maybe I could do a lot better with Terry. But again, he felt a bit difficult, so I'm gonna still try to see if I could get some workaround with him. An issue that I do have with this beta is the matchmaking. Now, it probably got fixed because it's day 2 right now. I haven't played day 2 of the beta yet. I've been playing Marvel Rivals because the thing in Human Torch came out, so I wanted to get some gameplay with that. But so far, because this is day 1 impressions, so let me just clarify that. But the matchmaking is pretty bad. Like, it took so long to find a match. Like, when I was recording like my videos yesterday, like it was taking me like 5 to 10 minutes just to find one person, dude, and it was just like, oh my freaking god. Now it's probably gotten better, I don't know. So the main thing I could really do to like play matches actively was to be in a room with some friends, and I had a decent amount of friends that was playing the game. So, you know, I was able to like take turns with some of my friends to fight with and play different characters, play against different characters, and overall it felt good. I wish I had more footage of that, but I should have some footage playing on the screen for, you know, the matches and the games that I was playing. So yeah, I feel like the mechanics of this game, I feel like it could just be me, but for what I'm seeing, right, of course you're rewarded if you know how to play offensively in like a fighting game in general. But I feel like with this game, you could get rewarded a lot if you know how to play defensively. You got just defense, you got hyper defense, you got your red block, and you got your SPG, which makes you do like your red blows. I feel like this game really can reward you if you really know how to play defensively and know how to get those punishes. But you know, I think because we got all these defensive mechanics and stuff like that, that feels pretty nice. It doesn't make the game feel slow, because I feel like if you add so much defensive like stuff in a video game, especially in a fighting game, at least I would assume it would make the game slower. But in this case, no, the game doesn't really feel slow with all these defensive mechanics, honestly. And the thing is too, with these defensive mechanics, you know, I feel like, of course, like red blows are pretty easy to do once you get to your SPG gauge and your red block, of course. But just defense, a hyper defense, you know, I feel like I won't say it's hard. Well, hyper defense feels hard as a motherfucker. I can't do it, but just defense doesn't feel too hard. I feel like when you really like fight against whoever you fight, and you reading them, you know what they're gonna do, or you know how like the person, like the character's inputs and stuff like that. I feel like it gets easy over time, and then that's when you get them punishes going. So, but I don't feel like it's crazy. I don't feel like it's broken or anything like that, which is a good thing, you know. I feel like if some defensive move felt too broken, then it's like, what the fuck is going on? Because I have some Street Fighter experience, of course, you know, I was taking into accountability with some comparisons to how the game feel compared to Street Fighter, even though they're both different games. Like Rev blows pretty much feel like drive impact, and then you got the Rev meter that's like at the bottom, which you could think of like your drive meter, but like once it goes all the way up and you overheat, think of it as like you're in burnout. When you're in burnout, or when you overheat in this game, your guard can get crushed. It's that blue meter at the top, but once you overheat, like that guard turns red, and you know, on block, every hit that you take on block, it goes down. And once it goes all the way out, your guard crush, and that's a free punish that whoever you're fighting can just punish you for. So I also feel like that's cool too. The ways to how your rev goes up is if you throw out a lot of EX moves, or if you're taking a lot of hits on block. Even if you do your rev block. So you want to make sure. I feel like that's another thing too. Like this game rewards defense, but this game also kind of rewards offense in a way. Not like reckless offense, at least I haven't felt yet. But I feel like the way how this game rewards offense too is like, you know, you can't make yourself always play passive. I mean, you can, but like you gotta some way be aggressive, because if you're gonna keep taking damage on block and stuff like that, your rev gonna keep going up, and it's gonna get to the point where you overheat, and you ain't gonna want to get overheated, because then your opponent really gonna pressure you, and you don't really want that. But yeah, I mean, so far, you know, as far as impressions go, you know, I think we got like eight to 10 characters or something like that. I think we got 8 characters in this beta, but so far I did try out every character except for Preacher and Vox. I should try those characters too, because they look fucking dope, especially Vox. But you know, I'm gonna try every character, but I'm gonna mainly rock with the characters I like. And you know, I'm gonna keep playing through this beta. I'm gonna have like, you know, this video up with my first impressions, and then I'm gonna have a final impressions video about like overall about how I'm really feeling about this game, whether or not if I want to buy it or not. But so far, these are my first day one impressions about how I feel about Fatal Fury. The game feels fun. I think the main issue that needs to be worked on is the matchmaking, because it takes so long to find a match. But they probably fixed it. It's day 2 currently of the time standpoint of me recording this video. So yeah, but other than that, if you guys enjoyed the video, I greatly appreciate it, and I'm out of here. Shout out to Kirby, because he always be in these videos chilling with me. Other than that, I'm out of here. Y'all take care.